focused on our Canvas page and our syllabus. So it is a primer for what is to come throughout this semester. So hold on to your hats. The ride is now officially in motion. So first of all, I'd like to show you our Canvas page. Now, obviously, it's an online class, so everything's going to be through Canvas. So Canvas is going to be our very good friend this semester. So let's get into it. First of all, I'd like to point your attention to our very cool GIF that accompanies us. This is our GIF. This is our section. Does anybody know where this is from? I do, because I obviously found it, but if you do know where this is from, then type it in the chat. I think it's really, really aesthetic and cool. So this is us. Let's go ahead and click it. All right. So first I'm going to, I know what I'll do. I will give you a quick tour of our syllabus, and then we'll dive into a crash course for our Canvas page. So first thing you'll notice is that our syllabus is the very, very first thing that you see on top, since that is our guidebook for this semester. So let's go ahead and click it. Please follow along with me. And there it is. All right. Oh man, I'm trying to move this. All right. So this is us, English 101. Welcome to Reading and Composition. Welcome to 101. Like I said, this is a very important step in your academic journey, as it will be your introduction to the world of college writing and writing at the academic level. So I welcome thee, my friends. Welcome to our ride. I shall be your tour guide, David Godoy. So hold on to those hats. Let's move forward. So first of all, I'd like to say that the panda is my favorite animal. Is anybody else's favorite animal the panda? If so, please type it in the chat or in our team building activity. So the panda, we'll call him Peter. Peter the panda gives us all our welcome. So here's my name, here's my email. Please, please, please never hesitate to email me. I always do my best to check my email as much as possible, and I do my best to get back to you as quickly as possible. So never hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help. And even to add on to that, beyond email, I'm also available through Zoom. So if you want to set up a Zoom meeting, please just let me know. Just send me an email and we'll set up a Zoom meeting, because that could be for anything, for a question that you might have on an assignment, or maybe you just have a particular idea that you're curious about how you can better fine craft for the particular assignment. Whatever the case may be, just let me know if ever you want to set up a Zoom meeting, okay? So our class, as I mentioned, is fully online. We are not going to hold a compulsory Zoom meeting, but everything's going to be on Canvas. And what's going to happen is that every week I will publish a module. Now, what's a module, Mr. Godoy? You might be asking. A module is simply just a collection of assignments and assignment links or everything else that you will need for the given week. That's what the module is. So for every week, we're going to have a respective module. So the number of the module 2 is going to correspond actually to the current week that we find ourselves in. So because this is currently week 1, then of course you're responsible for module 1, right? For the most part, most things in the module will always be due on Sunday. by 11:59 p.m. So do be mindful of that. And yeah, so essentially it's just going to be through Canvas, where within the modules I will be publishing accompanying videos of everything that you need to know for that week, whether that is lessons or further explanations of anything else that we'll be doing. So be on the lookout for that. And I am intentionally publishing one module at a time, so that you won't get overwhelmed with everything. Just all you have to know is that you're always responsible for the most recently published module, as that will be that given week's corresponding module, okay? This first page really, beyond that, is just our school's understanding and definition of our course of 101. Oh, I just realized this says winter. I have to fix this. Okay, so let's get into the next page, which is the meat and potatoes, which is my introduction to the... Welcome to English 101. I'm so happy to have you join our very own learning community of readers and writers. At its core, the thematic premise that undergirds our course is an attention to the human experience. As this is a composition class, the curriculum is scaffolded to link the action of writing as a social enterprise that constitutes an integral part of what we do as people. Moreover, we'll explore varied aspects that contribute to the human experience. This will include things such as culture, language, politics, and relevantly, our relationship with science and technology. We'll consider how the work of writing, and more broadly speaking, composition, impel these things forward. Our adventure awaits us. So, in terms of texts, your pocketbook is going to be really, really happy. And I say that because everything that you will need in terms of readings, I will provide to you through our Canvas. So you do not have to get any physical book. Though, if you're one of those fans of having a physical book, just let me show you what the book looks like. Excuse me a moment. So this is Samuel Cohen's 50 Essays. Like I said, you do not have to get it because I will be publishing everything through Canvas. So don't buy the book. I don't recommend it. However, my friends, we actually have an extra credit opportunity this semester that goes hand in hand with our larger thematic unit, which is the human experience. So if you are interested in doing the extra credit assignment, then yes, you will have to get this book, which is The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. And it's a really cool one, and there's going to be an extra credit essay opportunity. And that extra credit essay will be due on our very, very last meeting. So along with our final research paper way at the end of our semester. But if you are interested in doing the extra credit, then get a hold of this book and start to read it ASAP. All right, in terms of materials, get yourself some highlighters, just because to be an active reader, we have to actively annotate and engage with the text at hand, right? I actually have a recommendation in terms of highlighters. They're called wax highlighters. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. I'll write it here. Wax highlighters. I've seen them. I've gotten them through Amazon. I know that. You know who has them? Daiso. I think I've seen them at Daiso, which is that Japanese store. Has all these cool... Have you guys ever been to Daiso? They have like these cool, interesting erasers. There's like hamburger ones and all sorts of outlandish figures. But I recommend wax highlighters. Those are fun because also you can leave them uncapped and they don't dry out. Okay, next thing you'll need obviously is online access. You need consistent online access, as surprise, surprise, this is an online class. You'll need access to your Canvas account because everything's going to be through Canvas. If you have any trouble with Canvas, remember, actually I'm going to show you where that is, but we have a tech support that you can call, and they can help you there if you're having any trouble with Canvas. All right. So our online space. Now, when we take online classes, it's very easy to forget that we are dealing with real life people and not just disembodied avatars or disembodied names. And that's where this idea of netiquette comes in, which is net etiquette. And I want you to tattoo this on your face, not literally, but I want you to imprint it into your memory. This is our slogan concerning netiquette. Remember the human. Remember the human. There's a real life person that you're communicating with. Whenever you're communicating with me and your classmates, we are not just disembodied avatars or disembodied names within the canvas, within the canvas shell, right? So remember the human. And this, like I said, this is applies just as much from student to student as well as from student to teacher. Now, because this is a composition class and we'll be looking at different topics, it makes sense that not everybody is going to have the same perspective. You will not have the same perspective as all of your classmates. And you know what? That's actually normal because you are your own person and they are their own person. And we have different perspectives. And it's completely okay to disagree with somebody's perspective. However, if that's the case, then make sure to make it clear that it's that perspective, it's that idea that you disagree with. Do not attack the person directly, okay? Which goes to my next point. I will not allow hate speech or racist slurs, nothing like that. And it's my prerogative as the instructor to create this safe space here. That's one of my very important visions for this class, that it's a safe space. So it's okay to disagree with a person's idea or perspective, but do not attack the person directly. Instead, make it clear that it's the idea, right, that you can take contention with. And that's part of dialoguing, So that is that. Student to teacher. Okay. Whenever you communicate with me, as well as with the rest of your teachers, make sure to be respectful. Don't call me, "Yo, dog, what's up, man?" or "Hey, David." We're not chummy like that. At the end of the day, I am your instructor, so do remember that. Say, "Hey, Mr. Godoy," or "Hey, Professor Godoy," when you write an email or a message, or when you're just communicating with me in general. Another thing too, and this applies just as much as towards me as it does with all your other teachers. At the very least, always run a spell check. Always run that spell check. That's especially since I'm an English writing composition class. Okay, so run that spell check. All right, class components. As a composition class, we will have readings that you'll be responsible for. We'll have writing because it's a writing class. You'll have responsibilities that go with this class. Concerning the readings, from time to time, I will pepper in throughout our modules some reading quizzes, which will really just be about comprehension. Essentially, if you did the reading, you'll be good. You'll do great with those reading quizzes. They're not very high stakes, and I was intentional about that. They're high stakes in terms of a large, like a point worth, but rather they're just intended to keep you on your toes. always do your work. And that's another thing, you know, if there's something you don't understand, talking about doing, always doing your work, and always reading and being an active reader and annotating, part of being a successful student is to write all over your text. So whenever we have readings or anything like that, I recommend that you print it so that you can highlight and make those notes, or have some sort of device where you can annotate. Okay, so mark your texts up at all times, and you know, if there's something you don't know, if there's a new word, then get into that habit of annotating and jotting it down and looking it up later. So here's what is going to go into our modules. Our modules are going to be a cornucopia of different things. That's going to be everything from worksheets to discussion boards to peer review workshops to smaller writing assignments to current events, all sorts of fun things. So yeah, our modules will be a cornucopia of things, but I have organized this class so that all you have to remember is to make sure to complete each week's respective module, okay? And like I said, for the most part, everything will be due by Sunday by 11:59 p.m. Now, you cannot make up an entire module. You can't be like, Mr. Godoy, this was super rough week and I couldn't do any of the module at all. Can I make the whole module up? My answer will be no. But you can use what I have labeled as so you have one late essay pass, and that's going to be of any of our major essays, and you have one late homework pass. Let me actually jump to show you that part. Oh, an alarm went off. Oh no, it's just a car honking. Okay, let's see if I can find that. Oh, here it is. Okay, so no, you cannot make up an entire module, but let's say there's a worksheet in that module, or let's say there's a brainstorm or an outline, and you'd like to use your late homework pass on that. Then, yes, by all means, you just send me a message, say, hey, Mr. Godoy, I will be using the late homework pass for the outline for our current essay. I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. So then you'll just email me it, and you'll have up to 1 day after its original due date to email me it as an attachment. Now, when it comes to the essay, you have one late essay pass. So that's going to be, so we're going to have four total essays throughout the semester. You can use the late essay pass on any of our first three. You cannot use it on our last paper, our last research paper, because that last research paper will actually be due on our very, very, very last meeting, which will mean that our entire semester and class will be over. And besides, I will dub thee the king of procrastinators if if you were to try to use the late paper pass when everything's over already. So no, because at that point I have to do the grades. I have to get the grades in, and the school has a strict deadline. So with that being said, the late essay pass will only be for any of the first three essays, and you can turn that in up to 2 days after its original deadline. 2 days after by 11:59 p.m. Okay, so that's where we were. We were here. So make sure to complete your modules on time, okay? Discussion boards. Okay, so a lot of times throughout our modules, we will have discussion boards. And those discussion boards, the task will always be delineated within them. And when you post a discussion board, you should at least write a hearty paragraph, which is at least 4 hearty fat sentences, okay? And in addition to that, unless stated otherwise, you'll also be responsible to responding to at least one classmate's post. Why? Well, it's all in the name, right? A discussion board is a dialogue. It's a conversation between yourself and, in this case, our classmates. It would be disingenuous to call it a discussion board if it was only you monologuing into empty space, into a vacuum. So unless stated otherwise, you'll also be responsible for replying to at least one classmate. And always, usually when we have those discussion boards, I'll have that small reminder at the bottom, okay? Oh, and concerning the reply to your classmates, the idea is to impel the conversation forward. So don't be like, yeah, that's cool. Or, cool story, bro. Like, think of it like in a real conversation, right? When you're with your friends and when you're talking about something that you're interested in, you usually ask questions based on something that they mentioned, or you actually forward maybe another detail to fill in another dimension of what the subject at hand is that you and your friend are talking about. So view it that way, okay? Because just saying, yeah, that's cool, that actually shuts it down. Oh, here's another one. Weekly discussion boards cannot be made up. Why is that, Mr. Godoy? Well, discussion boards happen in real time, which is to say that they have a window of time that I've designated, and when their deadline comes, that means that the conversation ends, okay? Meaning that you can't post because the conversation has ended, and to actually get credit for the discussion board, you need to actually participate in the conversation, right? So there's no way for others to be able to even respond to you because it's closed. It happens in real time. So no discussion boards cannot be made up. So be very, very intentional with your discussion boards and in terms of getting them in on time. All right, current event write-ups. So we will have 3 of these throughout this semester. Here are the details of what those will entail. But when our first current event rolls around, I will actually go over the particularities of this assignment in greater detail. So be on the lookout for that. But if you want to get a little preview of what they will entail, then you can read this. And this is the deadlines for those. Okay, so we're going to have 4 main writing essays, right? And what's cool, so I'm big on recognizing that writing is a process. And because it's a process, we go through things like brainstorming and outlining, and then a rough draft, and then a workshop, and then a final draft. Why is that, Mr. Godoy, you might ask? Well, anytime you read anything, you're reading a book, and you're like, wow, this sounds immensely elegant. How ever did the writer get this text to read so beautifully? Well, I have news, my friend. It wasn't like they didn't just snap their fingers and magically make it appear. Nay. It's actually always a process, and writing is recursive. Writing is ongoing, and I'm going to always be emulating this writing process. We're going to be engaged in the writing process for all of our writing assignments, and specifically the 4 main essays, okay? Now, here's the info on the extra credit. And the reason it's next to this is because, surprise, surprise, it's an essay. It's an extra credit essay that if you want to do. So if you'll recall, our larger theme for this class is the human experience. Now, what is more human than habits and the psychology of habits. And that's exactly what this book looks at. This book looks at the habits that we engage in, how we form those habits, and what happens psychologically as we continue to carry out these habits. So this essay is really just going to be, it's going to have these three parts. Number one, you'll report what you learned about habits and habit formation. And then the next one's the application portion, where you will think of a habit of either a bad habit that you want to get rid of. Maybe you are sleeping so late and you're not getting enough sleep, so you want to get out of that bad habit. Or maybe you want to adopt a positive habit like working out or eating healthier or quitting smoking. I don't know. So that will be that. How will you take what you learned about habits and habit formation to either get rid of a negative habit that you have or adopt a positive habit that you have in mind, okay? And how would you use what you learned from the book to help you achieve that aim? So that extra credit essay will be have a minimum length requirement of at least 3 double-spaced pages. Of course, in MLA, which we'll be talking about throughout the semester, we will learn how to do MLA, since that is the format that we follow in the humanities here in college. You'll need a works cited page, which we'll also talk about that, because citation practices are really important, and that's one of the big things that we cover in this course. All right, next thing, turn it in. So as you turn in your assignments through our Canvas, specifically the major essays, I'm just letting you know that I have set it so that your submissions will automatically go through Turn It In. If you don't know what Turn It In is a filter that detects for plagiarism, that detects for if you took anything word for word without properly citing it. So my friends, plagiarism is never worth it. Technology is on us, the teacher side. So yeah, just letting you know it's going to be filtered through that, and your teachers know about this filter. So the point is, always cite where you need to cite. You always give credit where credit is due. Always do your own work. It's never worth plagiarizing. It's never worth it. Okay. Student chat. Oh, this is cool. So here we are in the 21st century, and we have chat rooms, and guess what? We have our own chat room in our Canvas page. This is a really cool function. Now, before reaching out to me with a question, try the chat room. You could be like, "Hey guys, I just watched the last video. I don't know, maybe the video on thesis statements for this week's module, and I was a bit confused about this part." Then somebody else that also watched it, you can chime in into the chat room and answer that student. So the point is, you are your own best resources, and try our class chat room before reaching out to me. And I'll show you where that chat room is as we tour our Canvas. Participation and attendance. Okay. Do the work. Log in. Be engaged. And you'll be participating and you'll be in attendance. It's that simple for our online class here. Tech support. Okay. This is so important. Whenever you have trouble with Canvas, or your computer is on the fritz again, then give tech support a call here. As a Citrus College student and faculty member, we all have access to technology and computer services. So give them a call, and as they're there to help. Personally, I have used techs for things like, Okay, I have this email application called Spark, and Spark is cool. I really recommend it because it lets me, because I also work at Chaffey College, so I'm at Citrus, and I have my own Gmail account. So what's cool about Spark is that it lets me see all of my email boxes in one place. Like, it's really, really useful. So why am I mentioning that is because I was actually having some trouble registering my Citrus account into Spark, and I reached out to Tex, and they helped me out very nicely. So they're nice over there, so feel free to reach out to them at all whenever you need to. And besides, this is an online class, so having that tech support is indispensable. Okay, assignment submissions. When you submit something, please only submit as either .doc, .docx, or .pdf. If you use Google Docs, make sure to please convert it into one of these formats before submitting it. So do not send me a GDoc, okay? To convert it into one of these, if you're using Google Docs, then you can just go to File, Save As, and choose one of these. Why, Mr. Godoy? Why can't I send you a GDoc? Well, GDocs have this finicky trait that they require you to give the recipient permission. So a lot of times I've received GDocs from students where they forgot to, give me the recipient permission, and I haven't been able to open it, and it gets messy. Just please be so kind as to turn it in as one of these formats, okay? Late work, we talked about it. You have one late homework pass, one late essay pass, and I have a tip for you. Don't blow these on the very first assignment, very first essay, just because you feel like it. No. Save it for a time when you really need it, because you know what? Life happens, and it happens hard and fast, and it throws us fastballs, which is to say that sometimes some periods are busier than others, and those are exactly the times when we need something like this, okay? So save it for then, all right? So we talked about that. Revisions, okay. Because I'm big on the writing process, and I understand that writing is recursive, and we're continually improving our writing, then that is why you have the opportunity to revise any of the first 3 essays. Not the last one, because the last one's already due at the very end of our semester, and then, but for the first 3, okay, you can revise. And if you choose to revise, let's say you get, I don't know, maybe a B- on your essay, and you want to go for that A. You've met with some tutors at the writing center. Maybe you've even held a Zoom meeting with me. And you think you know how you can improve your paper and really bolster those areas that were initially weak. Which leads me to my next point. Revision is not only crossing T's and dotting I's. That's proofreading. When it comes to editing, when we talk about revision, that's, fixing areas that might be unclear, further explaining areas that you need to flesh out, whatever the case may be. Then if you choose to revise, then you can just let me know. Like, let's say you get a B- on an essay, you're like, hey, Mr. Godoy, I'm actually going to revise this. So then you would have up to 4 days after you receive the graded essay by 11:59 p.m. to email me it as an attachment. So, sound good? Plagiarism, we talked about it. It's never worth it. And because plagiarism results in a 0, then that can pull your grade down a lot, if not lead you to a failing grade. Just don't plagiarize. It's never worth it. Like I said, we have Turnitin on our sides and as teachers, and also as English writing composition instructors, our spidey senses tingle when something's off. I once had a student where she was doing beautifully throughout the whole term, and I knew her writing style because I read and graded all her assignments. But then came the research paper, And I wrote, because, by the way, our research paper will be issue and solution. And I think she was looking at like STDs and STIs. But the thing is that her paper, all of a sudden, like, at first it sounded like her, but then the rest of the paper, it just sounded like it was straight out of a medical journal or something. Like, it's totally not how she writes. So of course I just had to look it up, and sure enough, it was all plagiarized. And that was the last research paper. And then yeah, it didn't end nicely. So it's never worth it. Just do your own work. The Writing Center. Okay. As an English writing composition class, we have our friends at the Writing Center. They work in conjunction with you and with us. And this is where their physical location is, though now they're doing everything through Zoom. Here's their phone number. And I'll actually show you the link to the Writing Center. I've included it in our Canvas page. Student counseling. Oh my gosh, we are all living a very, very tough time. If you need somebody to talk to, then please feel free to reach out to student counseling. Here's their info. DSPS. If you have a medicated condition, some condition that is formal and written out, and you need some sort of accommodation, then please reach out to DSPS ASAP, and they'll give you a form which you'll send to me and your other teachers for any accommodation that you might need, okay? So reach out to them ASAP if that's you. Okay, this is a grade breakdown, okay? Like I said, we're going to have workshops for essays. They'll be worth 80 points total. So here's the grade breakdown for that. And I'll explain, of course, how the workshops will work as that comes up. The modules will be the meat and potatoes of our points. Make sure to do the module for each respective week, and you'll be good. Stay on top of that. Reading quizzes, again, everything will be integrated into each week's module. This is just talking about different types of assignments. Current events, we'll have 3. There'll be a total of 75. Here's our major writing essays. Here they are. And here's the extra credit, which, by the way, in my gradebook, it's set at 0. So if you don't do it, it won't hurt you because it's set at 0. But if you do it, then it's 60 points that you wouldn't have even gotten anyway to begin with. So if you're interested, start reading The Power of Habit ASAP. Hey, look at this dog. This dog is like, ruff. He's happy. He's like, yeah, Mr. Godoy, we made it through our syllabus. And I'm happy too. Let's give this guy a name. What do you guys think we should call him? He looks like a Max to me. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat or the team building activity forum that we have, which I'll show you where that is. So I will always be updating grades, and you'll always be able to check your current grade on Canvas. In terms of syllabus and calendar, the one that is always uploaded to Canvas will always be the updated and most recent one, okay? And that's this. Okay, just before we finish our syllabus here, I just want you to understand the organizational structure of our calendar. So here's our modules, week of 217. Officially, we're starting. Isn't it odd? We're starting at a Wednesday this semester. Usually it starts like a Saturday or something. But we're starting at a Wednesday this semester. So here's the module to do. I always tell you what you have to do at the top. I'll always say if I'm assigning like a major assignment, or if there's something that is maybe significant, like a worksheet or something, some reminder that will be due, then I also include that there. So that is our calendar. And as you can tell, our semester will be 16 weeks, so exactly 4 months. So hang on to your hats and start strong, remain strong, finish strong. Especially for semesters, because they're longer than intersessions. You have to remain consistent. But like I said, I'm here to help. Always reach out. All right, that's it. Here's her dog. Here's her friend Max again. All right, now let's take a little crash course of our Canvas page. So from your end, you see this. This is us. Let me make this a bit smaller. And I don't know why it's not letting me make it smaller, but what I can do, I'm just going to move it to the side. Let me go into student view so that you can see it how you'll see it from your end. Okay, so this is how you'll see it from your end. This is student view here. First thing you see, I already said, is the syllabus. Next one is Writing Center. So this is the link for the Writing Center. It says, click me. Here's the link. Here is their, so they have drop-in group sessions. They have appointments, and that's through Zoom. And here's their flyer. So check this out. Here's their link. Like I said, the Writing Center will be a very, very good friend to you, to us all, especially here in writing composition. All right, so that's the first thing. Okay, team building activity. This is what I was talking about. Now, my friends, we're living at a difficult time for everybody in the world. And I have this vision that I want to create this space, which is this section here, team building activity. Whenever you see like a cool meme or a funny meme, or you find a really cool music video of a song that you had never seen, or of a group you'd never checked out, or or a cool picture or something like that, and you want to share it, then this is the place to do that. And of course, within reason, nothing like crass or like nudity or like overt, like violence, or nothing like that. I actually want to teach you though how to go about, say, like posting a picture, for example. What I'm going to post is a picture of my favorite breed of cat, and that is the British short-hair cat. Let's find one. So basically, you can go to Google Images or just find the picture you want. And let's see, who shall we post? That guy looks funny. Let's see. This is my favorite breed of cat, British Shorthair. He's cute, huh? Who should we post, guys? Let's post this guy here. Okay. So what I do, I just grab it, I drag it out. It's a JPEG format, which is a picture format, right? So we have our picture. Now, all you do here, guys, is go to reply. After you're here in reply, you go here. You see this little icon? Let me zoom in so you can see it. It literally looks like a picture. It says images. So you click that. By the way, if that is for images, then this is for media. Say like you wanna upload some media or something like that. But in this case, like, so I'm posting a picture. Click that. Go to upload and go to the picture. And what I'm going to write here, guys, is give me a name. Let's help me name this cat, guys. It'll be our class cat. All right. So after you do that, then just let me zoom out. I think it got a little bit too big here. Zoom out. Oh, what happened? I'm trying to find the. Oh, there we go. Post reply. So you just go to post reply, and there we go. So test student says, give me a name. And you guys can just respond there. All right. so that is that. If you want to share a video, like I said, here, I just want to confirm that. Like say like a YouTube link or something. Okay, this is if you have a saved a saved video file from computer, or you want to record something. But I want to try to remember. Okay, I think it would be like insert the link, right? So insert link. Image, media, upload, record media. It's because they kind of changed this around a bit. Embed. I wonder if it's... Oh, here it is. Here it is, guys. Here it is. It's embed. That's what it is. Okay, let me show you how to do that. Let's see. Let's pull up a... Let's see, Dodgers. Let's say you want to post a picture of the Dodgers or something. Maybe Dodgers highlights or something. Something you think is cool, something you'd like to share. I don't know. Bellinger. Nice. All right. Let's say you want to share this picture, guys. So go to the video itself. Sorry, I said picture. Video. Then go to share. Go to embed, because you want the embed link. Then you want to highlight this. You want to copy it. Once you've copied that, then you just go back here. You go to insert, and then you go to embed, and you go to embed code, and then you paste it, and then you submit it, and there you go. It's just that simple. Then we just have to post it. I just hit enter. Where, things got weird here. There we go. Post reply. All right. Why is it like this? Could it be that I zoomed in too much? I think that's it. All right. So that is how to post a picture, and that is how to post a video. So whenever you guys come up with some cool things, then share it in there, and that's going to be going on throughout the semester. Hey, is it? Why is the light like flashing here? I don't understand. Anyways, I guess we just have to adapt here. All right. So that is the team building activity. Is something flashing in here? That's really strange. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Okay, so that's the team building activity. This is the module. So here's for this week's module. I hope this isn't like... What is it? It's like there's a fan in here. This has never happened. Anyways, I'll just have to ignore it. All right. Okay, so this is for this week's module. So first you see the videos. Then we have an icebreaker, and as you can see, every task in the module always has a deadline here, right? So here is February 21, and that's going to be by Sunday. Trying to zoom in here. There we go. Okay. So see, all the deadlines for our assignments are here. For each respective assignment, February 21, that's Sunday. It's usually always 11:59 p.m. because that's when the day always officially ends, okay? So icebreaker, you're just going to introduce yourself, and some things you can do are your name, your major, if you've declared one, something you'd like to share about yourself, something interesting about you, anything else you'd like to share, and you can either type that in, or you can record a video, and that one is this one. Record, and there you go, start recording. hey guys, how's it going? My name is such and such. My major is blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm really into this, blah, 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 blah. Cool to meet you all. Look forward to working with you this term, or anything you'd like to share. Oh, look at that. The flashing stopped. Yeah, I have no idea what that was. But I'm glad the flashing stopped. Okay, guys. So yeah, for this one, you can either type out your icebreaker or record a video here. Because it's an actual discussion board, remember to also reply to at least one classmate in at least 2 meaty sentences. And this one will be due by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. As like I said, most things will be due Sunday unless stated otherwise. Syllabus quiz contract. Okay, if you just saw this video, take this quiz, then pause the video, take this quiz now. Basically, they are just frequently asked questions that I continually get time and time again, based on the syllabus, based on the class itself. So for this one, there's unlimited allowed attempts. Just do it. And again, it's due by Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Next thing we have, okay, so within this module, we're going to have a grammar lesson. Why? Well, because it's important that we start off on the right foot. Yeah. It's really unreasonable of me to continually make corrections for grammatical mistakes or things like run-ons or, whatever the case may be, unless I explicitly, offer a lesson on these things that I continually see throughout submissions. Okay, so check out the next video for our grammar lesson, and this is the stuff for the grammar. Yeah, this all goes with it. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, I think that's actually it. Because in the grammar video, I'm going to explain a little bit more about what to actually do for this discussion board that corresponds to our grammar lesson for this week. What else can I say? Oh, okay. Chat. Here's the actual chat room that I was mentioning. I shall be the first one to break the ice. I'll put, yo, what's good? And I'm trying to do, there we go. Now let's put a little face here. You know what I'm going to put. I'm going to put my favorite animal. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there's the panda right there. All right, test student. Test student will break the ice. Okay, grades. This is where you can check your grades. Yeah, always check your grades there. What else? Oh, calendar. Calendar is pretty cool because it shows you of upcoming assignments. So like, for example, for us, because we have these things due, then you can visualize and look ahead and what will be due when. As you'll notice, this discussion board that goes with it, with the grammar for this module, rather than making it due on Sunday, I'm making it due Tuesday because I'm giving you a little bit more time, just because we're starting the semester on a Wednesday, which is pretty odd. So yeah, so that's calendar if ever you want to visualize it. Inbox is if you want to send messages to, of course it's not going to let me because it says I'm not registered in it because I'm a test student, but if you ever want to send messages, you do it through inbox. What else? Help. Oh, this is the last thing I'll cover here. This is, if you click help, then look, student account issues, there's the tech support, Canvas support. Like if you have questions about Canvas, there's Canvas support. This is a big one too, COVID-19 resources. If ever you need info on like testing or just anything like that, there's this too. That's actually it for our Canvas page. Here, let's actually leave student view. That was kind of complicating things. So that's it for our Canvas. If you have any other questions about Canvas, just please let me know. Other than that, guys, welcome to the class, and I look forward to seeing you online. So, all right, welcome, and hold on to your hats, and let's embark forward.